Okay, this right here is a section of a manifesto of a manager of gang stalking. I'm showing you this particular section of the manifesto because it matters in reference to what's stated. So I want you to look at it. It says, my branch. Okay, now, basically what it is, the manifesto is stating that the syndicate is sectioned into bureaus. This person is stating that he is part of the branch of the execution bureau. It says it right here. My branch is the Scripting, Observation, and Execution Bureau, or what is called the theater. It is as it is popular known. Okay, you can go to Google and type in gang stalking or organized stalking in street theaters, and they are nothing but staged events or staged incidences. Staged events are where they frame the situation to frame the result concerning setting up a target for either arrest, banning them from a business or a university or a library. Yes, where they stage an event, which they call the theaters. It's a theater, like a production, where they produce an event, okay, or an assault, or an arrest. It's called and the people responsible for this work in the branch that is called the Execution Bureau, where they execute a staged event, which they call theaters, okay, as it is properly known. By execution, the person states, I mean, because it's a person writing this, and it says, by execution, I mean execution of orders, not the other kind. We do work that the majority of people with any knowledge of gang stalking will be familiar with. Pestering and scripting minor incidences. Pestering and scripting minor incidences, where they pester a target, which means they overtly harass the target, and then script and bring about. Scripting means where they create it in their mind and on paper and then bring it about physically. Scripting minor incidences, okay? The theater is actually divided into two sub-branches. Scripting and orchestration officers, which they call themselves as playwrights, okay? The scripting is where they create the event that they're going to stage, and then the orchestration of it, and the field officers, which they call themselves as the spions, okay, where they're spying on, okay, where they're spy on, okay, where they're spying on the target in order to be able to bring about the theater. Now, let's take a look at how they do this. In organized stalking, gang stalking expeditions, what they do is surveil a target for even up to years. Period. Well, they'll do it like more likely periodically for years before they start their feverish surveillance of a target. They'll break into their homes. Hang on. What they basically do is monitor every communication of a target. Okay? They will break into their homes, tap their cell phones, tap their landlines, listen to their phone calls so they can get any kind of information they can to learn about that person, their family, their friends, where they work at, what they like to do, what their dislikes are, what their likes are. They'll hack into their email accounts, figure out anything and everything about where they go to school, where they work at, who they like, who their friends are, who their family is, what their likes and dislikes are. Basically what I'm saying is they will find anything out and everything out about a target. Then what they do is they figure out where it like say if you have I might as well just say me. If you have a targeted individual like me, and I go to, say, UCSD or any San Diego Public Library on a regular basis, and then I go to one specific supermarket on a regular basis, they already know where I'm going through the surveillance of organized stalking. And that can be Googled, okay, extensively, for you to see that a target is tracked and surveilled everywhere they go 24/7. As a result, they then use this section of the syndicate that is known as the Scripting, Observation, and Execution Bureau of the syndicate, where they spy on, and they basically took two words, spying on targets, and made one word, the spy-ons, where they spy on a target. And they even call themselves that, spy on, as we call ourselves. They're called the field officers, okay? Because when you think about it, what is what do like a lot of like when a police officer has a certain area he covers, they view that police officer as having tactical jurisdiction over that one specific area. Well, this guy's just saying that he's a field that part of his bureau of the syndicate is known as field officers, which means that they're covering a field of a geographical area. Okay, where the target's in. So they basically what they do is surveil a target everywhere a target goes, and then set up these scripted incidences to happen around a target. Yes, this same manifesto also talks about how this same bureau, this same exact bureau, okay, has police officers and firefighters in it. In fact, let me find it. Okay, it's right up here. In fact, no, actually, I think it's right below that. See, oh yeah, it says it right there. It says, we have the most variety in our recruits. It says it right underneath it. See how it says the spions, as we call ourselves? And then the next page of the manifesto, where it picks up right after that, it says, we have the most variety in our recruits. Popular sources are the police, the fire department, the zoo, technicians of any kind, but we recruit from all places. Yes. Now, so basically what they do is a result of surveilling a target. So if I leave a certain area, whether no matter where I'm at, I can be at a grocery store and then leave the grocery store and go to UCFD. As a result of them seeing that I'm there, they see where I'm sitting at. Then they have people that will sit around me, either close by, like if I'm in a group study room, they'll have people sit outside of that group study room and watch me. And when I get up, they get on their cell phone and start text messaging. And if they have a planned incident that they want to bring about me for that day, then they have enough people that they have used, called the recruits, yes, to act their role in the incident that they're framing to bring about towards me. Because this is how they operate. Flat out states that this is how they operate. Where they, okay, Execution Bureau, scripting and observation, gang stalking, where they pester and script minor incidences, including banning a target from a campus or a public library or a store. Yes. And through the surveillance, they know when a target's walking out of the group study room, and then they'll walk by a target, they'll act like a target bumped into them or is doing something wrong, they'll get up and make a complaint, get one of the UCSD staff or employees or maintenance staff, they get on their walkie-talkies and call campus police. Then they come and say, Leslie, we're getting all these complaints about you. You're going to have to leave this campus, because if you don't, we're going to arrest you. Yes, we suspect you're mentally ill because you're saying all these different people are bothering you with gang stalking. But there is no gang stalking, Leslie, because you're mentally ill. That's what they'll say. They'll say, Leslie, we believe you're mentally ill because you're claiming all these different people are getting around you and harassing you, doing the same thing, but they're different people, and they're actually even people that were already here before you got here. Really. I've left a certain location for the beginning of my day. I leave that location and go to a bus stop. That bus stop, once I get on that bus, when it rides at my bus stop, has no other bus stops before it gets to Old Town, and people are already on the bus engaging in gang stalking for me to witness before I even get on that bus, in specific ways that I predicted I would hear and that this tape recorder would catch before I even got to the bus stop. So how would those people know to be on that bus before I get on it, in order to engage in behaviors that I predict I will hear and that this tape recorder will catch before I get on it? Because I'm surveilled to the bus stop by the field officers, who then place the individuals to get on that bus before that bus route reaches my bus stop, in order to get them to engage in the pestering using sensitization methods. Yes. So UCSD, I've already this crafted harassment and pestering is achieved through surveillance, where if they get to know a person's regular routine, like if I go to a certain area, to a certain grocery store, and I make a right off a certain street to go to that grocery store, 98% of the time, every time I've made a right on that street, I went to that grocery store. Through their surveillance, they just deduced that the likelihood I'm going there again is right on target. So they then just get ahead of me to be at the grocery store before I get there, so they can then already have purchases made, showing a receipt. Then they bring a staged event around me. The police are called. I say they're gang stalking me, and then they say she's crazy. I was here before she got here. Do you see how they work? That's why I predict what they'll do before I reach an environment, a place, before I reach the place an event happens at. I'll predict what might happen before I even get there. Yes, because I want to be able to deconstruct their methods about how they operate. Yes, so they can apply because their whole goal is to do this to a target and then call them crazy for what the target's exposing concerning what's really happening. It's bad enough the crime's happening, but then to also initiate mental cruelty by defaming a target's character and mental stability based on them being a victim of the crimes they're not only perpetrating and allowing, but aiding and abetting in. The UCSD campus police, staff, students, and people they're using as guests. I know how these freaks operate. I have experienced this crime along all of my routes for 11 full years, and I have over 600 audio files of just of the proof in San Diego County alone. So good luck in ever trying to discredit me, sweethearts, because I will circle you, fold evidence back on your lap, expose you for what you are, and I will never, ever, ever, ever stop coming after you legally until you pay the price for your crimes. And that includes aiding and abetting, conspiracy, yes, to conceal, obstruction of justice, conspiracy under the color of authority, harassment, stalking, aiding and abetting, mental cruelty. Yes, give me all you got, then give me some more, because I am here today to expose you. I don't care about your harassment. I don't care about your stalking. I only care about one thing, and that's exposing you for what you are. Have a nice day.